Good evening, my dear. How often have you found yourself surrounded by the noise of opinions, expectations, and distractions? How often have you wondered if you're truly seeing the world as it is, or merely through the lens of those around you? Imagine for a moment stepping away from the crowd, standing alone, and suddenly experiencing the world with perfect clarity. It sounds daunting, doesn't it? But the truth is, standing alone, though often perceived as a daunting challenge, has the potential to grant you the clearest vision of all. When you stand alone, you are granted the unique opportunity to cultivate a sense of independence that is often difficult to achieve amidst the noise of the crowd. In a world where societal pressures constantly demand conformity and acceptance, standing alone gives you the freedom to forge your own path. Independence in this context goes far beyond the physical act of being alone. It represents a mindset that allows you to think for yourself, make your own decisions, and live life on your terms. This independence is powerful because it removes the constant influence of external opinions and distractions, allowing you to focus on what truly matters to you. When you're surrounded by others, it's easy to become swayed by their perspectives, their expectations, and their judgments. But when you're standing alone, the clutter of external influences fades into the background, leaving you with the space to deeply reflect on your own values, desires, and aspirations. The essence of independence lies in the ability to listen to your inner voice, the quiet whisper that often gets drowned out by the opinions of others. In solitude, you can hear this voice clearly, without interference, and it becomes the guiding force in shaping your decisions. This is when you begin to understand yourself on a deeper level, your strengths, your weaknesses, your dreams, and your fears. You are no longer playing a role to meet the expectations of others, but instead, you are living authentically according to the desires of your true self. Independence allows you to build a sense of confidence that comes from knowing you are in control of your life. You stop relying on others to validate your worth or your choices, because you have already affirmed your own value. When you're able to stand alone and remain firm in your convictions, you cultivate a strong foundation of self-assurance. It's in these moments of solitude that you learn how to trust your instincts and become more self-reliant. Scripture. With this newfound independence, you start to realize that your vision of the world is uniquely yours, shaped by your experiences, perspectives, and insights. Standing alone often leads to personal growth. In the absence of external noise, you are more likely to question assumptions and challenge the status quo. You are no longer restricted by the narrow lens of groupthink or societal norms. Instead, you are free to explore new ideas, perspectives, and possibilities. Independence gives you the courage to experiment, to try new things, and to fail without fear of judgment. This freedom fosters creativity as you begin to think outside the box and approach problems from a fresh angle. The journey of independence is not always easy. It can be intimidating to stand apart from the crowd, to go against the grain, and to make decisions that might not align with the expectations of others. However, the rewards of independence far outweigh the challenges. When you learn to stand alone, you not only gain a clearer sense of self, but also develop the resilience to navigate life's challenges on your own terms. You begin to trust in your ability to handle whatever comes your way, and this confidence in your own strength becomes the foundation upon which you build a fulfilling, authentic life. When an individual chooses to stand alone, one of the most profound benefits is the clarity it brings to their sense of purpose. In a world filled with distractions, conflicting priorities, and societal expectations, it can be incredibly difficult to know what truly matters. The pressure to conform, succeed, or live up to the standards set by others often leads to confusion about one's true path. However, Standing alone provides the space needed to focus on what is truly important and begin defining your own purpose. Without the influence of external voices or distractions, you are free to reflect on your own desires, goals, and values. In this quiet space of solitude, your purpose begins to come into sharper focus. You may find that your earlier aspirations were influenced more by others than by your own authentic desires. When you are free from these external pressures, you can realign your life with your true passions, free from the need to meet others' expectations. Standing alone doesn't just help clarify your goals, it also forces you to evaluate the deeper meaning behind your actions. Purpose is not merely about success or achievement, it's about feeling a sense of fulfillment and knowing that what you are doing has a deeper significance. When you stand alone, you are forced to examine your choices from a place of sincerity. Are you pursuing things that align with your true self? Is there a sense of meaning that maybe what you are doing has a bigger legacy? Are you pursuing things that align with your true self? Are your actions driven by your genuine passions, or are they motivated by the desire for approval or validation? This process of reevaluating your purpose can be transformative. Many people go through life following prescribed paths, whether it's pursuing a particular career, relationship, or lifestyle because it is expected of them. However, when you stand alone, you open yourself up to the possibility of charting a completely different course, one that is uniquely yours. You begin to realize your purpose is not something that is handed to you or defined by others, but something that it is discovered from within. The clarity of purpose that emerges from solitude also gives you the strength to persevere. When you are clear about your purpose, you are less likely to be swayed by the doubts and criticisms of others. You know why you are doing what you're doing, and that knowledge fuels your determination. This sense of purpose provides direction, even in the face of adversity. It helps you stay focused on your goals, even when obstacles seem insurmountable. When you know your purpose, setbacks are not seen as failures, but as part of the journey toward achieving something that truly matters to you. In this way, standing alone allows you to reclaim control over your life. It gives you the opportunity to ask yourself the hard questions. What do I want out of life? What makes me truly happy? What legacy do I want to leave behind? It's easy to get lost in the hustle of daily life, to follow the crowd, and to get caught up in what others think. But when you stand alone, you can strip away the distractions and focus on what will bring you the most fulfillment. Your purpose becomes the compass that guides you, and your life becomes a reflection of the values and aspirations that are most meaningful to you. The clarity of purpose that comes from standing alone is one of the most empowering experiences you can have. It allows you to live with intention, to make decisions with confidence, and to pursue a life that is truly yours. When you find your purpose, you no longer have to wonder what direction to take, because your purpose becomes the guidepost that leads you forward, with each step bringing you closer to living a life of meaning and fulfillment. Standing alone provides a unique opportunity to gain a different perspective on the world, one that is not influenced by the noise and opinions of others. In a society where we are often surrounded by people, opinions, and the expectations of those around us, it can be easy to lose sight of our own thoughts and to adopt a perspective that is shaped by others. When you choose to stand alone, you remove yourself from the group dynamic, which allows you to step back and see things more clearly, as if you were seeing the world for the first time. This new perspective can be incredibly powerful. It enables you to observe the world without the distractions that typically cloud your judgment. When you are part of a group or influenced by a collective mindset, you often find yourself looking at things through a limited lens, shaped by the norms and beliefs of that group. However, when you stand alone, your thoughts become your own, and you are free to form opinions based on your own experiences, knowledge, and insights. This freedom allows you to see beyond the surface, to understand the deeper truths of situations, and to recognize patterns and connections that others might miss. Standing alone also gives you the chance to reflect on the world from an objective standpoint. When you're constantly interacting with others, it's easy to get caught up in the immediate demands and emotions of the moment. However, solitude gives you the time and space needed to process what you see and hear, to evaluate it thoughtfully, and to form your own conclusions. This kind of perspective enables you to make decisions that are aligned with your values and goals, rather than being swayed by the opinions or preferences of others. Being alone helps you detach from the emotional entanglements that can often cloud judgment. When you're surrounded by people who have strong opinions or who are emotionally invested in certain outcomes, it can be difficult to see things clearly. Emotions can color your understanding of a situation, leading to decisions based on feelings rather than rational thinking. But in solitude, you are able to detach from these emotional currents and view things with greater clarity. You can assess a situation based on logic, reason, and your own judgment without being influenced by the emotional undercurrents of the crowd. Standing alone allows you to see the world from a broader perspective. When you're constantly interacting with others, your view of the world can become narrow, shaped by the experiences and viewpoints of those around you. But when you're alone, you can look at the bigger picture, considering the various factors that contribute to a situation. This expanded perspective helps you gain a deeper understanding of the world and the people in it. It allows you to appreciate the complexities of life and the interconnectedness of all things, rather than seeing the world in black and white. Standing alone allows you to experience a sense of freedom that is difficult to attain when you're constantly tethered to the expectations and needs of others. This freedom gives you the space to explore your own thoughts and feelings without the constraints of fitting into a particular mold. It allows you to break free from the limitations that society or groups may impose on you, opening up a world of possibilities. In this space of freedom, you can reflect on who you are and what you want from life, gaining a perspective that is not influenced by anyone else's agenda. Standing alone gives you the chance to see the world in a way that few others can. It allows you to develop your own understanding of the world free from the noise and distractions of external influences. This newfound perspective provides clarity, insight, and the ability to make decisions that are true to your authentic self rather than being shaped by the opinions of others. When you stand alone, you don't just observe the world. You gain a deep, meaningful understanding of it. Standing alone often leads to an internal strength that comes from self-reliance and the ability to trust in your own capabilities. In life, it is easy to become dependent on others for validation, encouragement, and support. These external influences can provide comfort, but they also make us reliant on factors outside of our control. When you stand alone, you are forced to rely on yourself to make decisions, navigate challenges, and handle difficult situations. This process fosters a deep sense of personal strength because it teaches you that you are capable of handling whatever life throws your way. It is in these moments of solitude that you learn how to trust your instincts and cultivate a belief in your own abilities. Self-reliance is a crucial aspect of personal growth. The more you stand alone and rely on your own resources, the more you begin to discover your strengths and weaknesses. You develop a greater understanding of your own potential and gain the confidence to tackle challenges head-on. This process doesn't just build strength, it also builds resilience. Life is unpredictable, and obstacles will inevitably arise. Learning to view yourself. Learning to view risk as an opportunity for your own potential. Learning to view, however, when you have the ability to stand alone and trust yourself, you are more prepared to face these challenges with determination and grace. Rather than turning to others for help at the first sign of trouble, you become resourceful, finding solutions within yourself. Standing alone teaches you to navigate uncertainty with confidence. When you are constantly surrounded by others, it can be easy to seek their approval or guidance whenever you face an uncertain situation. However, when you are alone, you must learn to make decisions independently, even when the outcome is unclear. This fosters a sense of inner security because you realize that you are capable of handling ambiguity and making choices without the constant reassurance of others. You learn how to trust your own judgment, even in situations where the answer is not immediately apparent. This ability to navigate uncertainty builds mental toughness, allowing you to remain calm and focused, even in the face of adversity. One of the most empowering aspects of standing alone is that it provides the opportunity to develop a deep sense of personal responsibility. When you are not leaning on others to make decisions for you or to tell you what to do, you begin to take full ownership of your life. You understand that your choices and actions directly impact your future, and with that understanding comes a heightened sense of accountability. Escape is boundless. You no longer blame others for your circumstances because you realize that your own decisions have led you to where you are. This personal responsibility empowers you to take control of your own destiny and pursue the life you want to live. Standing alone provides the space to reflect on your values and beliefs. In the presence of others, it's easy to adopt their opinions or follow their lead without giving much thought to whether those beliefs align with your own. However, when you stand alone, you have the opportunity to deeply reflect on what matters to you and what you truly believe. This process of self-reflection allows you to cultivate a strong moral compass, grounded in your own values rather than the expectations of others. The clarity that comes from this self-awareness strengthens your resolve, helping you make decisions that are aligned with your true self. The internal strength gained from standing alone is a powerful tool for personal development. It allows you to become more self-sufficient, resilient, and confident in your ability to navigate life's challenges. This strength comes not from the external validation or support of others, but from within. As you continue to stand alone, you will discover a deep well of courage and conviction that empowers you to face any situation with confidence. The strength that comes from self-reliance is not just about physical or mental endurance. It's about the inner conviction that you are capable of creating the life you desire, no matter what obstacles you may face along the way. Standing alone is often a catalyst for personal growth and transformation because it allows individuals to challenge their own assumptions and limitations. When you are constantly surrounded by others, it can be easy to fall into patterns of thinking that are influenced by the people around you. These patterns often limit your potential because they keep you within a comfort zone where growth is restricted. However, when you stand alone, you are forced to confront your own beliefs, fears, and insecurities. This process of self-confrontation leads to the kind of personal growth that can truly transform your life. One of the most profound aspects of standing alone is that it compels you to break free from the constraints that others place on you. Society, family, and friends all have their own expectations of who you should be and what you should achieve. These expectations can create a kind of invisible barrier that prevents you from stepping into your full potential. However, when you stand alone, you remove yourself from these external pressures and gain the freedom to define your own path. You can begin to explore who you truly are, what you truly want, and what you are truly capable of. This freedom is essential for personal growth because it gives you the space to discover your true desires and motivations without being influenced by the opinions or desires of others. Standing alone also provides the opportunity to confront your internal fears and doubts. Many of us are held back by self-imposed limitations, beliefs about what we can and cannot do, about who we are and who we are not. These beliefs are often formed over time through past experiences or the influence of others, but they can limit our ability to achieve great things. When you stand alone, you are forced to confront these limiting beliefs head-on. Without the comfort of familiar voices telling you what you should do, you are left to face the truth about yourself. This self-reflection allows you to identify the beliefs that have been holding you back and to challenge them. As you begin to question these limitations, you open the door to new possibilities and new ways of thinking. This process of self-discovery and transformation is not always easy. Standing alone can be uncomfortable, and it often forces you to confront things about yourself that you may not want to face. However, it is through this discomfort that true growth occurs. By stepping out of your comfort zone and confronting your fears, you begin to build the resilience and courage necessary for personal transformation. As you continue to stand alone, you become more comfortable with uncertainty and more willing to take risks. You learn to trust yourself and your ability to navigate challenges, which leads to greater self-confidence. Standing alone often leads to a greater sense of purpose. When you are constantly influenced by the opinions and expectations of others, it can be difficult to know what your true purpose is. You may find yourself pursuing goals that were never truly yours simply because they were expected of you. However, when you stand alone, you have the space to reflect on what truly matters to you. You can begin to clarify your own sense of purpose and align your actions with your deepest desires and values. This sense of purpose provides direction and motivation, helping you stay focused on what is truly important in life. The personal growth that comes from standing alone is not just about gaining new skills or knowledge. It is also about becoming more authentic and true to yourself. When you are constantly seeking approval or validation from others, it can be easy to lose sight of who you really are. However, standing alone forces you to reconnect with your authentic self and to make decisions that are aligned with your true values and beliefs. This authenticity allows you to live a more fulfilling and meaningful life, free from the constraints of others' expectations. The personal growth that comes from standing alone is an essential part of becoming the person you are meant to be. It provides the opportunity to challenge your limitations